Hi Ollie, nice to see you. How are you doing?
Good, yeah, really good actually.
Good, not too tired out I hope from touring all over the place.
No, we're getting a stamina for that as well. I've been there, had some good runs, and yeah, I guess I get plenty of sleep when I can.
Oh good.
Just when we travel, we have the long journeys, I just sleep.
Yeah, so I mean this is Bridlington, I mean this is your hometown now, so how does it feel to be playing on your home ground?
It's nice, it's nice to be back living up north as well, because I'm a Yorkshire boy. I was born in Beverley, and I guess I spent 16, 17 years in Norfolk, so it's it's a weird crossover. It's two hometowns really, and I guess I don't get stick for saying grass up here, down south, everyone's grass. So it's quite nice, but it is nice to be back up north, and in Bridlington it's it's a nice little area.
Although you don't really seem to spend that much time at home.
No.
Life is basically touring.
Yeah, I mean the longest I spent at home I think was 3 weeks, and that's when I had the glandular fever, and I couldn't actually do anything, which is probably the most time I spent at home in a long time actually.
Right, so I mean, where have you been this year then? Just to refresh our memories. Can you remember?
Crikey, I need to refresh my memory.
There was Canada and the USA.
Yeah, we did
February.
Canada, USA. We played Austria, Czechoslovakia. We did Germany as well.
Switzerland.
Holland, yeah, Switzerland. So we're kind of getting around. We've got some new places that we're looking at exploring next year as well, and just
such as.
Yeah.
Can you say?
Oh, just ideas right now. So just places that we're kind of waiting for some communication back with first before I blow my horn, and then all of a sudden we're not playing there, and everyone's like, oh yeah, we're just talking about rubbish. So I kind of want to make sure.
And you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
So what sort of venues have you, when you went to the States, what sort of venues were you playing over there?
Mostly it was kind of based around festival runs. So we were doing a Canadian festival, a US festival, and they were big festivals, which was really nice. Canada and the US really know how to pull off some, fantastic festivals. There's a great vibe there. Canada gets funding, so you get some, really good stage. We played Montreal Jazz Festival, which is unbelievable.
Right.
Just thousands of people in a field, and you've got all these buildings surrounding you, and it just was amazing. All just nuts. And there've been huge stages, which is kind of partly why the new album was written the way it was, with the ambition of kind of having bigger sounds, which actually can fill a bigger stage without feeling tiny, which is by the by, I guess. But it's been nice, bigger stages, bigger areas. We play some clubs as well to kind of fill in the time, some dirty bars, some.
Didn't you play B.B. King's Club? Were you supporting Johnny Winter there?
Yes, I was.
What was that like?
It was amazing. The B.B. King's place is a phenomenal venue.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. I didn't expect it. I walked in. It's a proper classy joint, and the food, we had the burgers there, are just amazing.
You get burgers anywhere.
I know, but they're a special burger.
I'm supposed to get a burger in New York.
I guess, yeah, B.B. King's, it was the best burger. It was definitely worth the unoriginality of food choice.
That's good. And did you get to talk much with Johnny Winter? Did you get to meet him?
Not at all. I met him last time, and I didn't get to meet him before when he played the London Astoria 2. The London Astoria. I can't remember now. It's quite a few years ago, and I got to briefly chat to him there, but we were kind of in and out because I wanted to see a bit of New York as well. So I was being a bit of a tourist.
Of course, you toured with John Mayall last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was a new experience. I never played 25 shows in a row, which was
hard, wasn't it?
At first it was a bit of a weird block. I always get in a kind of a skit. I always think my voice isn't going to last. When I see 6 gigs in a row, I'm always thinking, yeah, my voice isn't going to last. And then the 4th gig in, my voice gets tired. I can't really sing the same way, and I'm constantly just drilling myself in my head, thinking, yep, you've got to look after this, and I don't. But then some reason you get past this wall, and I can just go on and sing as long as I need to. And that kind of happened with the John Mayall thing. About the 8th gig out, my voice was gone. I couldn't really sing. But then for some reason, or just my mind switches off about it, and I don't think about it, and I'm fine. I did the 25 shows, and I was just fine. You get into this certain level where you just work and you just coast, and you still create and you're still working, but you just in a completely kind of robotic kind of manner where you get on with it. Your body just maintains itself because it has to. It gets into a routine, and John Mayall was amazing. Really, really good guy, and really, he watched a lot of the shows, and he even took photos. It sounded like taking photos, which is surreal.
Yeah.
But he was so good to all of us, and really made a point of speaking to us, and he would remember songs.
But didn't you play with him when you were quite young, about 16 or something?
Yeah, I did. I was playing with Buddy Whittington, because I was friends with Buddy for a while, and I just would mail and keep in touch. And then he said, oh, do you want to come and join me on stage for a couple of songs before John comes up? Because they warm up before John Mayall comes up. So I did. And then actually I made a point after I got off stage, I just stood by the side of the stage the whole gig and waited for the encore just to stand next to him, just so I could be there when he's talking to the band so we could say, oh, do you want to jam? And then in turn he did, and conveniently my guitar was very close, and it was very easy to start. I know. I just really wanted to, worst he could have said is nothing, and I would just been standing by the side looking like a donkey. I didn't, it was quite good.
Well, if you don't try.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going back to the festivals, well, Newark is a fantastic festival in this country, and of course it's the hometown of the British Blues Awards,
yeah.
Which you have featured quite highly in for the last 3 years. 2010 you won Best Male Vocalist and Young Artist, 2011 Best Album and Band, and then this year Best Young Artist again, so congratulations on all those.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
What sort of impact do you find, did you have an effect on, the first one you won, did that have an effect on your profile? Did you find it raised your profile?
It does in a way when you go into a foreign country and they see that British Blues Artist of the Year or Vocalist of the Year. It definitely helps. It's definitely, it kind of gives you a credibility before they've even heard you, because you've all of a sudden got this reputation because it's said that you've been voted as that. So yeah, there is something that you gain from it in terms of just the smoke and mirrors of it, or people believe, you'll read it, oh wow, it's and there's something to believe in it. Right. So yeah, they definitely did.
Oh, that's good. More success to you in the future.
Thanks.
When you received the award for the best album, which was for Heads I Win, Tails You Lose, you credited Mike Vernon with doing a fantastic job, which he did, and you also said that he changed your way of thinking, he influenced you and made you look at things differently. How did you mean? In what way?
Mainly in songwriting, really. Because we wrote a lot of songs. We wrote a few of the songs together, and when we went over a lot of the songs, just in terms of just fine tuning them and how they're arranged, and vocally, like just in terms of lyrics and in terms of how rhyming works and how you can explore different ways of rhyming and making sense of past, present, and future tenses, so the song has a solid theme throughout. So you're not jumping from one tense to another tense, and it's amazing how different that makes a song feel. And I guess that was a really good education for me, because at one song I decided to write all the lyrics. Actually, it was Speechless, and I wrote all the lyrics to that before I wrote the song. I was like, I'm going to try this new project. I'm going to just write lyrics, and actually we scrapped them all. It didn't work for me. I mean, we kept the melody of the chorus there. We kept that bit, but we just rewrote the song together, and writing with him just really made me be more aware of what I can put in lyrics, what I can get away with. And rhythms are really important in terms of just how the song bounces and how it moves for each verse, and that's something that I think I took more into the most recent album, Here I Am. I guess I was developing that knowledge on Heads I Win, and I was exploring it then, but I think I took more of that with an outer perspective of the knowledge in terms of writing the next song, the next album, where I could be more aware of it, like songs like All We Had to Give. I made a lot of point on rhythms and melodies. So the first verse is kind of more quiet, not as intense in the melodies and not as intense in the rhythms, but then the second verse, to pick up and show a change, there's more melody and more rhythm, and it just made me pay more attention to how I could rhyme and how rhythm should work and melody should work.
That's one of my favourite songs.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it took a lot. That took a good year to write, actually, in terms of just being finally happy with it. And I remember when I finally finished that in the studio, we were going through some dark moments in our heads, but it was fantastic. I'm really proud of that song, actually.
Was it a very different experience working with Wayne as a producer?
Yes.
Being part of the band as well?
Absolutely. Well, you know what I think the difference is that we did this album within a span of 4 months. We were kind of going in and out of the studio creating. We would think through ideas, and then we would go away and we would say, oh, I've done this, and then we'd try that out at a gig and take risks. And I guess having that time to create without any restrictions or any time scale where we could just create, it's kind of how it should be done. I don't like the whole time limit thing on an album. It doesn't make sense. No. This is your project. This is what you're going out with. And I won't do it any other way now. That just doesn't work.
You don't do deadlines.
I don't. No. I know I'll get it done, but it's pointless to a deadline, because you completely limit your creativity, and it's just pointless. You aim to deliver an album where you want to deliver something special. And for me, it just doesn't work where I feel restricted. I want to be able to make a mistake and go on it the next day. We can record a song, decide we don't like it, like we did Manic Bloom on the album. We re-recorded the whole tune. We recorded it once, and then we're like, yeah, this all sounds wrong. And to have the ability to kind of go, yep, let's do it all again, do all the takes again,
Yeah.
try a different guitar and different sound. It was just, and that's what made the album what it was for me.
Uh-huh. How did you pick the covers that you'd put on the album? The Donny Hathaway one and the Nick Acosta?
Yeah, you know, the Nick Acosta one is the same as actually No Diggity. My sister and I, we have opposite tastes in music. We don't get along, but occasionally we have this one collision where we both just love a song, and it's kind of our point of communication. All of a sudden we like each other and we can enjoy each other. And No Diggity is one of those songs where we would always listen to with each other and actually enjoy each other's company for about 3 minutes. And then the same thing happened. Like a Feather came on, and the same thing happened. And it's just funny, those two of the songs are the ones that I've always pictured I could perform, record on a CD. Like a Feather, we can't play live at the moment. It's quite funny, when we recorded it, it sounded really flat. I mean, it's really, you don't appreciate how clever that song is produced on Nick Acosta's album. It's a really clever song. Actually, Mark Ronson produced that one. Yeah, he must have been like 18 or 17, but it was really cool, and it's one of those songs that we don't want to play live yet because you need the keys, because the rhythm comes from the guitar, then the second half bit is with the keys, and we don't play that one live yet, and I want to, but it's not working yet. No. But that's how I came across that one, and the Donny Hathaway.
Danny sings on that, doesn't she? Danny Wilde.
Yeah, she does, and I love it.
She just fits in beautifully, doesn't
she? She does. I wanted on it straight away when we were going to do it. And the Donny Hathaway one was, we were driving in a car actually, and the Donny Hathaway album was on, and we just heard I Love You More Than You Ever Know, and we just fell in love with it. We all just loved the song. It was beautiful, and really Donny Hathaway makes that song. Like no one for me, no one else does it. Comes even close to it. The soul, the feeling, and that live recording. I find the studio one a bit saccharine. You know, got the saxophone solo going on. It doesn't, I like the vibe of the live atmosphere, and it blew our minds. And we were in Harvest Jazz and Blues Festival in Canada last year, and we just started playing the chords. We started doing it at the sound check. We started playing the chords to it because I learned the chords, and then I started singing it, and we just enjoyed singing it. And then actually on that night at the festival, we had like 2,000 people, and the guys just fought on stage like, all right, let's do the song. Yeah. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm not doing this. But we ended up doing it, and it just went down so well. We haven't stopped playing it in the set since, really, and we kind of did a different take. Like, I'm not trying to do it in any sense of form the way Donny Hathaway does it. I think he does it in a more positive sense, and it's a really kind of a good feeling song. I guess we're trying to go for more of an emotionally kind of last kind of calling kind of version. We didn't want to associate the two versions because I'm not trying in any way to say I'm like him or anything. It's just my own homage to one of my vocal heroes.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love it.
Thank you.